Then we have the last but not least presentation for today in this session, and we have who will be the presenter? Is it Revko or?
Yes, Alona Revko, it's me. Hello.
Hello, please.
And Anna, her cooperator, is me.
Yes, please.
Thank you very much, Cecilia. I wanted to warm you up from warm Poznan, but when I saw Oleg's surroundings and the Umea's surroundings, I thought that the weather doesn't matter, the environment matters. So I'm really jealous about the place you work and you live. But going to the topic, to our topic, we are last one, but we wanted to say about something what is at the very beginning of education for sustainable development, or education as well, because our project is a step ahead after the very beginning we did in Poland, because we decided to make an attempt to assess ecological awareness of students we have to work with, every one of us have to work with, to get information what's in fact their level of knowledge, their level of awareness, to make our study programs more appropriate. So first of all, we did this research in Poland, and then we thought that it could be interesting to spread it among other countries, and we asked Alona to cooperate with us. But it's not our last word. We hope that BUP Center will help us spread this information among all of the universities in our network, to get maybe other researchers to get some findings in this area. So we promise to prepare a suitable email for ladies. But what are we going to tell you about today? As I said, we prepared a kind of study to assess ecological awareness of students. We used quite a simple tool, which was a survey, a questionnaire with 11 questions, so it was quite easy to implement. We use computer-assessed web interview, which is quite easy tool for students and easy to use, especially we started last year and we had a pandemic in Poland as well, so we didn't meet our students face to face, so that was the only way to get information from the students. And we wanted to get some information about their assessment of the level of their knowledge in the field of ecology and environmental protection, the assessment of the state of the natural environment, the greatest threats to the environment they see, the sources of knowledge about ecology and environmental protection they use, if they take action to protect the environment, and what are their motivation to take action, what are the types of the action taken, and if they are really ready to lower the level of quality of their life for environmental reasons. And we surveyed, first of all, students in Poland, and we asked them those questions, and we find out that there are very significant differences between students in different fields of study. And we thought that, well, it's interesting, but is it just a Polish specificity, or is it maybe something more significant. Then we asked Alona to do the same research in Ukraine, and surprisingly, our findings were, well, somehow similar. So now I'll give the floor to Alona to tell you a bit more about the results of our research.
Yes, thank you, Anya. And if you see at our poster, according to figure 1 and figure 2, Polish and Ukrainian students really rather positively assess the level of the knowledge about the environment. So 46% of Polish students and 52% of Ukrainian students assess is at moderate, and 44% of Polish students and 35% of Ukrainian students describe it as good moderate. There's a big difference between the assessment made by students from a different field of study. What is surprising, however, is the moderate assessment of knowledge in the field of ecology and environment protection by students of technical fields of study. Among them, even 4% of Polish students and 6% of Ukrainian students assess this knowledge as bad. Humanistic rather than knowledge very similar. The result of research show that the basic source of knowledge of Polish and Ukrainian is the information available on the internet. It's table 2 and table 3. Social media, 75% of indicators, the same for Polish and Ukrainian students, and online articles and postcard reach. It's about 72 of Polish students and 66% of Ukrainian students. And define advancement over other traditional source of information. It's worth noting that scientific journals are used to gain knowledge about the state of the environment and its protection by only 27 of the Polish and 10% of Ukrainian students surveyed. News via social media is the primary source for students in humanities and technical and social sciences. It's important to note the relatively high importance attached to classical source of knowledge by natural science students in Poland. In this group of Polish students, school education about 51%, scientific journals about 41%, and conferences about 24% are significantly more indicated than in other groups. And unfortunately, Ukrainian students do not attach much importance to conference as a source of knowledge. Only 6% of natural science students in Ukraine attach great importance to conferences. And as a conclusion, important to say that it was shown that each of students and groups of students has its own separate characteristics. The greatest similarities can be found between the students of medical, natural and social sciences. Students of humanities and technical sciences differ significantly from them. And some differences were also shown between students of Polish and Ukrainian universities. So it's like a previous conclusion of our research. And as said Anya, we will ask you to share these questionnaires between your students, and maybe this survey will show better, according to these questions and situation, about knowledge of ecology in different universities in different countries, not only in Ukraine and Poland.
What I can only ask in one word, that the results you can see in the poster are just a part of the whole research, but we are still in the process of well, analyzing data. So the full results will be presented in the publication we're going to prepare, and we hope it will be accepted. So it's not our last word.
Not to finish. Yeah. Thank you. Maybe some questions.
Yes, thank you, both